Start with
Good morning, everybody.
good
This is
morning,
Emiliann.
Emily.
Hey. And here's Thistle. She is at the free speech event in Madison, Wisconsin. So
Yep.
what's going on?
Well, we have some ladies behind me here that are positioned to honor women's free speech. We're going to um, give our speeches and also recite poetry and play some music where there are no TRAs. In fact, we're at a city park, an undisclosed location, and we don't think that they're going to find us. So we're excited to actually deliver our speeches today and our music and our poetry.
Awesome.
All right,
And there
go ahead.
and there is going to be an event later on today. Let me get the info up for that. There you go. It's going to be 2 p.m. PST, 4 CST, and 5 EST, and that's supposed to be one that might attract some TRAs, right?
Yeah, we're anticipating there will be TRAs there, although their Facebook groups, their private Facebook groups that we have some moles in, maybe I shouldn't say that, but whatever. Who are they going to, either they're never going to find us. They've been silent. They've been really obsessed with Matt Walsh coming to the UW Madison campus. He's coming on October 24th. We're going to have some of our women there to recruit for free speech for women events. We're not entirely happy that it was a man and a conservative man at that who made the movie What is a Woman, but we also appreciate that it was made and it's opening up a place in our society to have a dialogue, and we want to be part of that dialogue. So we're going to go and promote our free speech for women events at the Matt Walsh October 24th event here in Madison.
Awesome. And these free speech for women events, it's kind of a movement, right? Like they've mainly been taking place on the East Coast and the Midwest. But anybody can do these. You can just contact Women's Liberation Radio News. Yeah, fix that real fast. But you can just contact us and we will help you set up your own speaker's corner in your own town.
Yeah, and it's really fun and exciting to create your own platform and be in the tradition of Hyde Park in London and everyone on their own soapbox and having excited, titillating discussion. That's what free speech is all about, is opening up discussion and dialogue rather than shutting it down. So I'm going to start us off with a song, and then I will introduce our first speaker today. So thank you, Emily.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Testing. All right. So I wrote this song because about a year ago, I was charged with a hate crime for putting up this sticker. You might be able to see it on my guitar on State Street, which is sort of like our Hyde Park of Madison. It's a place for political free speech. It has been since the 1950s. People have been marching up and down State Street to the state capitol to have rallies, and every political opinion is expressed on State Street. So anyway, I put up this little sticker and was charged with a hate crime. And I like to ride my bike around the city, and this is a song that came from that experience. Got a pocket full of turf collector stickers, and I'm riding my bike through the city. I look up and see power lines and cars, but also the flowers so pretty. Yesterday it's 90, today it's 45. The fruits keep rolling in. We're from the my mind at ease. I was charged with a hate crime for putting up stickers like these. Don't worry, sisters, I know how to move like the breeze. You just keep pedaling forward and you don't bother to look behind. Pretty soon, friends, there'll be stickers of every kind. Yeah, I'll be right on to see what I see. I will ride on to be free. 'Cause the simple act of motion paired with symmetry, it'll put your mind at ease. Oh, but I don't mean to say it gets easier as you go along. No matter how you play, something easily could go very terribly wrong. And it does. Just 'cause. Oh, but I have got to be free to fly high with the breeze. My mind will always be free. Soar high with the breeze. So now I got a pocket full of turf collective stickers, and I'm riding my bike through the city. I look up and see ridiculous TRAs, but also the women so sturdy. Yesterday was freezing, today it's boiling hot. We all know how this will end, but if we band together and have each other's backs, sisters, I know we're gonna win. So let's all ride what we see. Let's all ride to be free. 'Cause the simple act of motion paired with symmetry. I said the simple act of motion when it's paired with symmetry. After a while, girls, it'll put our mind at ease. Our minds at ease. Put our minds at All right, so that's called A Simple Act of Motion, and it's meant to encourage everyone to get involved, take action, write a song, write a poem, write a speech, or just come up on the mic off the cuff and let the world know that you know what a woman is, you're a woman, and you believe in free speech for women. So welcome to our Free Speech for Women event here in Madison, live streamed by WLRN. And our first speaker today is Margaret. So
Hello, hello world. Is this picking up? Okay. What I'm going to talk about today is, well, there's reality is the one thing. Reality in life. That's kind of what I feel like a lot of it comes down to. I've come from I've studied art history quite a bit, and so I know tens of thousands of years ago, most of the sculptures were of women, and this went on for thousands of years, tens of thousands of years. And what can be kind of found from some of those things are the influence of women, but also like the symbol of mother and life. And so to me, that's a really important thing. I'm a mother myself, but whether I was or not, it's the idea that women give life. Well, so religions since then, like you look at somewhere like India, and they've got lots of goddesses and they've got gods, but with the monotheistic religions, it tends to be all about the men. And so the patriarchy, the problem that we have that started some maybe 3,000 to 5,000 years, depends on where you were, but what happened was the myths got rewritten and women got written out of the history quite a bit. So as I've been growing up, I've been trying to learn some of that history that wasn't taught to me. So and I've also noticed in my lifetime how things had changed from where women were not in the art history books, say 30 years ago, 40 years ago, where now you have history books written by women, and so then women are included. So this is like a really good thing. The question is, will women continue to be included in the future? And the other question is, when you see where you want women to be included more, are they actually women, or is it actually men that are saying that they're women? And so that's kind of a problem. With the I really appreciate Max Dashu and her Suppressed History Archives, because she's always bringing to light more women from history that had gone unnoticed, say. Well, all Max Dashu had to do was walk in a parade with some people that were considered TERFs, and she was disinvited from speaking. And so one of the things that we have the problem now is who's being given the opportunity to speak, who's allowed to speak. And so certain major newspapers like the New York Times and the Washington Post have decided that trans people can speak, and people that are their allies can have a platform in their newspapers, but not people that are considered to be TERFs who are wanting to uphold the reality of what a woman is. So this is something that's a problem for our society that we need to get worked out. And I'll let Bailey is next with a poem.
All right. Thank you so much, Margaret. Really great points. I mean, women are adult human females, and in today's society, there's a lot of confusion about that, and there really doesn't need to be. This is a political issue. That's why there's so-called confusion. But everyone knows, everybody knows what a woman is. All right, before Bailey's coming up, I'm going to do another song. This is the title track from my album, Spinning and Weaving, which is available for purchase online at thistlepettersen.com. And I wrote it to honor the publishing of Spinning and Weaving, the feminist anthology that came out in 2021 that Elizabeth Miller was the editor for, and she asked me to write a song to celebrate the publication of that epic book called Spinning and Weaving, a feminist anthology for the 21st century. All right. The spider jumps to her web, then dances round and round. above my head. Dark closets, bookcase near the door. I hear laughter, spinning and weaving. Fear no more, fear no more, fear no more, fear no more. Then I'm sailing between the threads, high above my head, web glowing. Now I'm one with the thread, silk spinning above my I hear voices weaving textiles from texts, a tapestry of sound, a tapestry of song. Ancient melodies from our mothers who've gone, spinning a song, weaving all night long, all night long, all night long, all night long. And then I'm sailing between the threads, high above my head, we're glowing. Now I'm one with the thread, silk spinning above my head. Above my bed. The sun comes up, the spider's web glistens, and in my heart to my sisters I do listen. Spinning and weaving, dross into gold. Spinning and weaving, dross into gold. Spinning and weaving, dross into gold. Me and my sisters, we are bold. Spinning and weaving, dross into gold. Thank you. All right. So next we have Bailey, who is going to recite a poem. So welcome, Bailey.
Hello. Okay. Hello. So I'm going to read an original poem that I wrote recently called Informed Consent. And it's dedicated to the thousands of trans-identified young women and girls whose numbers are growing every day. And these girls, for so many reasons, are forced into a state of dissociation, and they're then preyed upon by the medical industry that stunts their growth, sterilizes them, and cuts off their breasts. And this is being done to minors across the country, including right here in Madison at UW Health. So this is what I would like to say to those girls. Little sister, I'm sorry we must live in this world where your identity has become a twisted costume. where psychological warfare reigns on your head, trying to make you a product to be consumed. And when the forces outside start to overwhelm, and you have accepted that you are weak and small, you start drawing battle lines across your flesh. So no longer a victim, you can be the victor now. And now that you are turned inside out, horror becomes your lullaby. Predators come like angels dressed in white, offering you peace, your precious self, the only price. They feed you with pills and platitudes. They poison your mind against your sisters and mothers. They sever your wondrous network of nerves, numbing you to future lovers. They know you have been wounded by red-hot words and hands and eyes, so they persuade you you can heal the burns by ripping off your skin and throwing it aside. They coax you to hand them the knife that they will use to clip your wings. But if you choose to be earthbound, having never flown, does that really make you free? Thank you.
All right. That is a Madison sister, Bailey. Thank you so much, Bailey. And I don't know if that was the same poem, but she also tried to recite a poem at the last Free Speech for Women event in Madison on September 4th. And I didn't get to hear it because they were blaring, the TRAs were blaring like sound machines and megaphones and whatnot in her face as she was trying to recite her poem. So this is really exciting that Bailey, that you got to do your poem today, and it was very moving, deeply moving. So thank you so much. I'm going to do another song, and then we are going to have Myron come up. I have to tune my guitar, so I don't know, Emily, if you want to talk about something or tell a joke or something.
All right. The beautiful sound of tuning guitars. So yeah, this is a movement that really got started in England by Posey Parker, Kelly J. Keene, and she will be actually doing a U.S. tour, and she's starting in California, where I'm at, and there's going to be one in L.A. and San Francisco. Those are the two that I'm personally aware of right now.
There's going to be one in Chicago on October 30th.
Awesome. I know that the San Francisco one is on the 22nd, so this upcoming Saturday. I think the LA one is today, actually. So that should be really fun. And I feel like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for a lot of us who have been paying attention to Posey Parker these past couple of years. Are you ready,
Yeah,
Thistle?
she's a fantastic feminist personality who has wielded social media in an amazing way to bust through the silencing. And she's going to be visiting us here on stateside, they call it, right? From Turf Island. So I wrote this song actually I think it was like 2014. I mean, it was a long time ago. And basically, I was trained in academia, and it was my academic brain looking at trans ideology as it was emerging and just trying to understand it and connecting the dots. And also, as a progressive radical activist, I was trying to understand what trans is, and the name of the song is Trans. Trans is a liberal construct invented by white straight men. that shut down our discussions of their violent power, and then they win. Violent power begins with man over woman, and then it all spins off from there into this postmodern racist, sexist nightmare. What would be the opposite if trans was real? Cis, 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 cis. Only those seduced by power expect the whole world to be a personal deal. Who make it their standard, only personal worth, their proof to be the center of everything. While the earth chokes and dies of their spoof, their spoof. The joke's on you, there are better things to do. And in the meantime, we are igniting. Yes, in the meantime, we are uniting. The distance between us feels greater than the sum of the parts. My heart is beating while the ozone is depleting its way too hard to be hopeful for the future, for humanity. My greatest hope is that me and my friends go out with dignity from this postmodern racist sexist nightmare. This postmodern racist sexist nightmare. So yeah, the environmental movement has been, what is it called? Sequestered, hijacked by the trans movement, as so many of our social movements have been just, indoctrinated into captured, that's the word, into trans ideology. And back in 2014, I was like just starting to see that happening with the silencing of environmental activists who didn't believe in trans ideology, and how sad that was. So next up, we have Myron. I'm very excited to introduce our next speaker. She has participated in many Midwestern Free Speech for Women's events. So welcome, Myron.
Hi. That's a little high even for me, girl.
I know, well, this is supposed to bend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Hi.
Is that
Okay.
comfortable?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Hello to all of my friends in the live chat. I'm so happy everyone who saw me posting about this and came to watch. It is kind of chilly out today, but we are here. There's lots of beautiful autumn leaves on the ground, and it's just really nice. And thank you to everyone watching. I'm so glad all of you are here, all my sisters. All right. I don't have much of a speech today. I mainly just want to share a kind of funny anecdote about myself in college and talk about these events in general. But so I took this speech class in college once, and for the first assignment, you could talk about any subject you wanted to talk about. It could be anything. It just had to be 5 minutes long and meet a few other requirements. But I was so excited. So I decided my subject would be the black metal scene in Norway in the 90s. Very specific, I know. But so I was super excited. I bought like 2 or 3 books, like actual books for primary sources on stuff. I did so much research. There was like a couple of weeks that we had to work on it. I spent hours and hours working on this little 5-minute speech for like an entry level college class. But I was so hyped. I was so ready. Finally, the day rolls around to actually give the speech, and I was so nervous that when the teacher said, okay, pair off and practice your speech and get ready, and we're going to do them all during this class period, I walked out of the classroom. I went to my car and I called the scheduling people on the college website, and I dropped the class because I was so nervous that I couldn't give my speech, even though I worked so hard on it. But the reason I'm saying this is to say I'm very nervous when talking in front of people, especially if it's a lot of people. But I still show up to these events and I still talk because I feel so passionately about what we are here to fight for. And because my fear of losing this right to free speech that we have in America, that fear is stronger than my fear of going up and talking to people and talking about things. So what I have to say is just a few basic truths. I am a woman. I am an adult human female who survived girlhood and matured into womanhood. And this is an experience that I share with all of my sisters here today. It is also something that no male person will ever experience. And I will never call a man my sister. I refuse. Trans women are men, and I will fucking say it until I die. My love for other women is more powerful than my fear of men. They will never shut me up. And I really hope that more women who feel the same way as I do join us or form your own wherever you are in the world, whether it's America or some other country. Find women. You just need 4 women in your area who want to go out in public and speak. You can use a megaphone. You don't have to have a fancy system. And just say what's on your mind. Stand with us and have your voice be heard with us. We're going to keep doing these events, and I hope more of you join us. Thank you for listening.
Okay, what is our time right now, Emily? What time are we at?
It is 8:30, so it's 10:30
great. So,
your time.
all right, we've got plenty of time. Next up, we have our final speaker. She is going to recite an original poem, and we have Emily Faye.
All right, I wrote this poem and I was at some women-only festivals this summer. It was my first experience being in some really big festivals with a lot of women who were awesome TERFs. So I wrote this poem to all my TERF sisters. It's called A Love Letter to the TERFs. I know they call you witch, bitch, cunt, man-hater, feminazi, TERF, because you don't want to take dick, see dick, be near dick, hear about dick, because in a man's world, not liking dick is a hate crime. Knowing that women and only women have the divine power to create life with our bodies is blasphemy. Men cannot stand to hear how inadequate they are, how irrelevant they are, how boring and stupid they are. Men cannot stand to be reminded that they are a defect, that we are all created female, and it is their degrading and diminishing Y chromosome that makes them into the hollow beasts that rape and terrorize our mothers and sisters and grandmothers and great-grandmothers and great-great-grandmothers all the way back until the beginning of the end of the era of goddess worship, when everyone knew what a woman was and everyone knew she was God. TERF is just another word to shut us up, shut us down, stomp on our necks to remind us of our place as women, to terrorize us into silence. Yeah, so I am a TERF. I'm a witch and a bitch, a cunt. I fucking hate men, all men, and the men who call themselves women most of all. I'm a gold star lesbian, and I am proud that I've never touched dick. I am proud to be a woman, a lesbian, to love women and only women. And every time they try to remind me that I should be ashamed to be a woman, a lesbian, a TERF, I'll smile and say, so? So fucking what? Why are you so afraid of women knowing who we are?
Wow. Words of fire. All right. So thank you, Emily. Those were some words of fire. And we don't have any other speakers today, but do any of you want to come back up to the mic and say anything?
I'm about to fall off this tree. Let me
Come watch us later.
Yeah. Oh, please tune in later when Amy Souza is going to be anchoring our Free Speech for Women event at the state capitol here in Madison today, next to the Lady Forward statue. We are thinking there may be TRAs there may not be, but if there are not, we have chants, and we are all going to be dressed as witches, and we have some fantastic banners that will dispel any of these stupid ideas that we're like right-wing Christian conservatives that are in favor, against abortion rights. We have a pro-abortion banner and a giant adult human female banner that we're going to hold up at the Capitol. Come what may, we will stand steadfast and be there this afternoon at 4 p.m. CDT. So get in touch with WLRN if you want to run your own Free Speech for Women event somewhere, or if you want to join with us in the Midwest. We've been doing them in Chicago, Milwaukee, and Madison so far. And we could expand out. We could go to Stevens Point. There are all kinds of places in the Midwest that we could visit with our Free Speech for Women platform and show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Emily, do you have a few parting words?
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stick around for the next Speakers Corner event, which she said is at the state capitol. So that's 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you then. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Emily. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.